I've been running my real estate sales team for almost 5 years, and one thing that I've noticed is most agents getting into the business, I feel like start the wrong way. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what I would do, knowing what I know now, if I were to have to start over as a real estate agent in the business today. If you're an agent that is early or getting into the real estate business, or frankly, if you're an agent that's struggling a little bit, this video is going to help you because I'm going to give you my exact blueprint of what I would do, and I'm going to also share with you the mindset as well too. And to be totally clear, this is the blueprint that if you want to be a multi-six-figure agent that I would recommend following. If you're the type of agent that wants to do a deal or two here and there, you're not my type of agent. I'm sorry, you have your place in the market, but it's not for me, my team, and it's not the type of content that I like to make. So this is going to be for an agent that really wants to be a successful multi-six-figure real estate agent. All right, so let's dive right into the video. I'm going to start by sharing my mindset about why I feel like this is the right way or the best way to start a multi-six-figure or restart a multi-six-figure business in real estate. But first, I'll share with you a story. Is when I very first started in the business, I started as a solo agent at a traditional brokerage in our market. I didn't interview very many places. I just went and started. And one of the very first things that I did was probably the best thing I could have done is I went and talked to all of the agents in the office that were doing a lot of business. And a lot of them, it was a much older demographic in the office. So a lot of them have been in the business for 15 to 30, even 40 years. So when I went around, I asked them one simple question, which was, where does all your business come from? And I went after one, after the next, after the next, after the next. And they said past clients and referrals. And occasionally I heard farming. And I said, oh, explain farming to me, because I can't do past clients and referrals if I'm brand new. So somebody would explain farming to me and they would say, well, I've lived in the neighborhood for 35 years. I know every single person. I sold all of their parents' houses and now their kids are doing deals with me. I've been mailing twice a month to the neighborhood for the last 35 years. And I do all the events in the whole neighborhood. And just all of this stuff that was not going to generate me business right now. It was something that's fantastic for the future. By the way, I do love farming, just not as starting out. So I'm looking at all of these different agents and I came to the conclusion of one simple thing. Is a successful career in real estate, the backbone of it, or the foundation, is a huge database of happy past clients that will do business with you again and that will refer you business. So this was my goal starting out. This is my philosophy for why I feel like this is the best way to do it. Now, when I personally started out, I had the goal to have as many happy past clients as possible. And I'll share with you, if I could do it again, how exactly I would do it. And here is where I think a lot of the problem stems for agents that are struggling early in their career, is they're so focused on the money that they do not focus on the clients themselves. Now, if you know me at all, I am a business person. I'm not like your touchy-feely real estate agent. I am a business person at heart. So me saying that I'm focused on the people, I knew the outcome was going to come if I did all the right things the right way and I serve my clients at a really, really high level. But at the same point, I see so many real estate agents just chasing the money. And I understand when you're brand new in the business, you haven't made money in a little while and you need to make some money now. But that mindset is really hurting early in the career. I also see this, especially in our market, as a luxury market in Orange County, California, where we see agents try to go luxury right off the bat. And the reality is, if you haven't done any deals or if you haven't done very many, the last thing you should be doing is going into the most competitive market in the entire area against the best of the best agents. Here's my advice. Let's dive right into the tactics. Now, wherever you're at in your real estate career, this is my advice, is join a team. Not just any team, because they're not all created equally. And I might be biased because I run a team, but I look at the other traditional options in my marketplace in comparison to what we offer our agents or what I had when I was brand new, and it's not even comparable. So my advice is to join a team, but you have to have, these are kind of my requirements for you to join a team. Now I've got them listed down here. Number one, you have to be able to keep your past clients. There's a lot of teams that don't allow you to keep your past clients. You want to make sure you do that because that's the whole goal. And number two is you want to make sure there is a compensation plan for both your generated leads and the team's generated leads. There's probably going to be a different split. It should be lower on team generated, higher on self-generated, at least it is with our team. I would highly recommend making sure you get into that type of team that you're going to be able to grow with over a long period of time. Now, you also want to make sure you can keep your self-generated leads. I'll give you a story here as I talked to an agent they worked on a team for the last 20 years, and every single deal that person ever did, every lead they ever generated was owned by the team. That's not the team that I would necessarily recommend joining unless you absolutely insist on going ultra luxury. Then that might be your only option. But anyway, you want to make sure you're able to keep what you generate. And if you're able to keep team leads, that is a bonus. That is going to be dependent upon the team. That is something that's like questionable either way, but as long as your past clients can stick with you, you might have to sign a referral agreement if you were to ever leave that team. That's how we do it, but those are my requirements. And last but not least, you want to make sure that your team is generating a lot of opportunities for you because you're about to become their highest producing salesperson. Now, you're also going to want to make sure that you are joining a team that has a proven process of how to be successful. You want to make sure there are agents that have come before you that have proven that their process works. Now, from here, you do two things. Number one, you learn that process and you follow it to a T every single time. Number two is you absolutely outwork the hardest working person there. Number three is you're going to find the segment of the market that has the most amount of transactions happening. So in my market here in Orange County, California, that is between 750,000 and 1.5 is 65 or 70% of all the deals that happen in this price point. And for brand new agents, I'd even chunk that down to 500,000 to 1.5 million. And you're going to get 80% of all of the deals happen in this price point. Again, disclaimer, if you're not in a high price point market, I'm sorry. This is what it is. Now, number four, and this is the important one, is take as many leads as you possibly can, hit the benchmarks, and convert them. Let me give you a quick story from my perspective as a team leader with our team of 60 plus agents. Is there are so many agents on our team that do not double their income simply because they don't take as many leads as they can. It is something that I'll never understand, but not everybody's wired like I am. I get that. But it is something that has always amazed me as somebody has the opportunity right in front of them to double or maybe even triple their income, and they just simply choose not to for whatever reason. Don't make that mistake if you're looking to build a multi-six-figure career. Take every opportunity you can. And one of the major reasons that I say this about taking all the opportunities is momentum is huge, both in sports, but also in sales. There's a favorite quote that I have that was, I heard it from my football coach in high school, but this is actually a Vince Lombardi coach. And the quote is, winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. And this is something where if you get in the habit of always being in action, always talking to people, having conversations and going on appointments, that momentum moves forward like crazy. And if you sit still and you're sitting there looking for the phone, waiting for it to ring, hoping that somebody gives you a call or thinking I'll get to it next week, that's a habit that creates negative momentum and it absolutely affects your business. I always say this to my agents, you can have a bad day, but don't let it turn into a bad week. Because bad weeks can turn into bad months, turn into bad years. Bad days happen all the time, but don't let it string along into a longer period of time. A quote we use all the time in our team is have a 5-minute funeral if you have a bad situation come up and move on from it. All right, so now we talked about the 4 different tips as far as tactically starting. Now I'm going to talk about your schedule, which I have a video where I go at length about this, so you might want to make sure you watch that in sequence. But let's talk about the schedule on a very high level. First is your morning part of the day. This is from 8 a.m. to noon. This is where you're going to be prospecting for new business, whatever that means. If you're following our structure here, you've joined a team, they probably have leads that you can call. They probably also have tools for you to be able to call that you don't have to pay for any of this stuff. I know for my team, we have over 10,000 leads that our agents can call, and I personally invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into the advertising to get these leads, so our agents can call them for free. So that's number one, is you are prospecting somehow from 8 a.m. to noon every single day. Now, the middle part of your day from noon to 4 is working on your business. Now, if you're new to the business, this should mean you are watching something educational. So if you're watching this video during a working day, I hope you're watching it between 12 to 4 when everybody's at work, most people aren't answering the phone. This is where you get better as a salesperson, as a business owner, as a leader, because if this is your first time hearing this, you being a real estate agent, you are a business owner. So from 12 to 4 is when you work on your business. Now, last section of the day is from 4 to 7 or maybe 8. This is where you are following up and you're setting appointments. This is your money making hour. 4 to 7 is the absolute best time to call. Most people are getting off work, they're winding down at work, they're driving home, and this is where you're actually going to be able to have conversations. So you're going to do this every single day. Now, again, for my agents, here's my advice. When you're setting up your calendar, pick a day off. It should probably be Monday and or Tuesday, and then you're working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday are non-negotiable as real estate agents. So follow the schedule during the week, and your weekend should be surrounded by open houses. Now, if this sounds incredibly simple, it's because it is. Let's recap. Your mornings is for prospecting for new business from 8 to noon. From noon to 4, you are working on you and your business. And from 4 to 7 or maybe 8, you are following up and setting appointments with your pipeline. That's it. Again, if this sounds incredibly simple, it's because it is. This business is not rocket science. It's simple. It isn't easy, but it's a very simple business to do well at. So this is the blueprint that I would follow. Let's recap the video so far. I would make sure I'm joining a team that does these 4 things. I would make sure they allow me to keep my past clients. They allow me to have a comp plan for both self-generated and team-generated deals. Bonus points if they let you keep the team-generated deals, but make sure they let you at least keep your self-generated deals if you were to ever leave. I want you to have the 2 different comp plans so you can stay at that team for a really long time. And last but not least, they have to generate a lot of opportunities for their highest converting agents. Not for everybody, definitely for the highest converting agents, because that's going to be you. Make sure you're joining a team that has a proven process. Agents have joined and have followed the process and succeeded before you. That means it's possible for you to do exactly the same thing. Learn the process like it is the Bible, and then outwork the second or the highest producing salesperson there. Watch how fast you grow. And last but not least, take as many opportunities as possible. It's amazing to me how many agents just don't do this, and they don't make nearly as much money as they want to, and then complain about not having the opportunities. I don't understand it, but don't let that be you. Remember that momentum is huge in sales, just like it is in sports. And then implement this calendar in your business today. From 8 a.m. to noon, you are prospecting for new business. From 12 to 4, you are working on you and on your business. And from 4 to 7, you are setting appointments and following up with your pipeline. That's it. That's a simple framework that I would follow, and then I'd fill up my weekends with open houses. Do that every single week and watch your income double. Now, I made another video if you want to see how I generated over $1 million in commissions in just my first 2 years in the business. I have my entire daily schedule in this next video for you. Like and subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.